Every choice of language, every rhetorical frame that a politician chooses, whether it's a sports metaphor or violent language, has consequences. Violent campaign rhetoric and violent campaign metaphors and language are rallying tools. A big part of a political campaign is defining the identity of the candidate, the identity of the supporters, and in order to do that, you have to define the opposition, the enemy. We could agree that rhetoric has impact on people's thinking, on the way they see the problems, and on the actions they take, which is why political rhetoric is so powerful, because it helps motivate us to take on certain actions, to vote for a certain candidate. Political rhetoric in this country has always had elements of extremism and even violent rhetoric, and I think some would probably even say that if we compared the rhetoric of contemporary politicians and political campaigns, it pales in comparison to some of the rhetoric that was used around even the time of our founding fathers. Part of the job of the politician is to govern, is to make decisions on our behalf. And so in terms of that, I think, we need to hold our politicians accountable and realize that, different rhetorical modes and different rhetorical frames work at different times. And sometimes the confrontational frame, the antagonistic frame is appropriate. At some point, you've got to move beyond that sort of confrontational, antagonistic relationship or rhetoric, and sort of try to come to some sort of a consensus.